Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know who I am, my name is Amanda and I am the owner of a small crochet business called The Corner Florist. And today I am coming at you from Foster in the mid-north coast. So I'm actually hanging out at my parents' house for about 5 days for the long weekend. I'm about to head off to the beach, but I have brought my crochet stuff with me. Not taking it to the beach, but I am going to be crocheting while I'm here if I can. I have brought all of my supplies to do sunflowers, which I'm hoping to get some sunflowers done. Other than that, I'm hoping to get a hippo done. So I brought some blue yarn to try and get that done. I bought a new pattern, so we'll see how that goes. Right now I'm going to the beach to hang out, hopefully not get too sunburnt, and then I will check back in with you maybe this afternoon. Okay, so a little update as promised. This is the hippo. So this is a pattern by Marin Meow. She's a pretty well-known pattern amigurumi pattern creator. So this one is incomplete, so I do have to make the little ice cream. So it's holding a little ice cream cone and obviously put its blush on. But I didn't bring those colors with me because I only had limited space. I couldn't bring my whole yarn inventory, so I've only been able to bring certain colors, so I'll have to do this when I get home. But this is the update for this little guy. He turned out pretty cute. I've never made a hippo before, so I think he was okay. I don't know about his nose, but anyway, we're just vibing with him. Also, we have 5 of these sunflowers. So these are the sunflower bases, so the front and back. So I think I've got 5 here. I've got 4 here, but I'm pretty sure I have 5, so I've obviously misplaced one set. So I don't have any of the wire or the green yarn that I use for the leaves, so I won't be able to actually assemble them here, which is fine, but I will be able to do the yellow petals around the outside, and then we should be able to get these done. I was hoping to get 10 done here, but I think 5 or 6 is going to be fine. I'm hoping to have 15 for my upcoming Christmas market, so I think this is a good start. I also have just been accepted into a Randwick Christmas market on the Friday the 5th of December, so it's like an evening market from like 2 to 7:30, so it's going to be like an afternoon Christmas like festival. So I'm thinking this would be a good time to make as many of these as I can, because it is before Christmas holiday. It is before the school holidays, which means people generally buy little bouquets for teacher gifts. So hoping to have a lot of those available for this market. So I'm going to try and prep another 10 of these and then see how we go. But I want to at least have 15. So that is the goal for this week. Okay guys, so I am back from my little 4-day vacation and I actually managed to crochet some things. Now remembering I was on holiday, so I wasn't planning to crochet the whole time, but I thought I would bring enough stuff just to get things done that I actually wanted to get done. So first off, I wanted to get some sunflowers done, which I did, and I ended up doing the petals around the outside. So here are the 5 sunflowers. So I have finished these. I just obviously need to assemble them and do the leaves for them. So that's that done. So I really am glad I got this done. I would have liked to do more, but I didn't have enough time. And for the first 2 days of my trip, I actually had a migraine that I'd had a few days prior as well. So I was kind of recovering from that. So I was unable to really look at anything without my brain just exploding. So I kind of only had like a couple of days to really crochet without pain. So that was good to get those done. Next was this little hippo, which I already showed you guys in another video, but he is obviously unfinished. I need to do his blush, and also he's holding an ice cream, so I need to get that done. on. I didn't have the colors to make his ice creams or his blush, so I'll do that shortly. And finally, this is a free crochet pattern. Obviously, okay, it's not finished. I was doing it on the car ride home, trying to see how much I could get done. So this is a free pattern by Soshimoshi Crochet. It's a Cubone, so it's a Pokemon. Now this is all I was able to do in the car ride home. It was a 5-hour car ride, but it was supposed to be 3.5, but because of traffic, because of the long weekend, it was just kind of crazy. So this is what I got done, plus these 2 little hands. So I have a few more pieces to put together for him, such as his eyes, and arms, and I think there's something else, but it's almost done. So I was almost able to create this totally in the car ride home, which is nice. But that's my little update for how much I was able to crochet while on holidays, and I will obviously do some more prepping and finish off those sunflowers this week. So it is now Monday, and I'm hoping to get a lot more done. There's a few more patterns I want to try and work my way through, but I think first I'm going to try and assemble these sunflowers and then finish this Cubone and the hippo, and then I'll show you guys what they look like when they're done. Okay, quick update. So we've just finished this Pikmin. It's the bulb one, so it's got like a little bulb. It looks like a little cotton bud. So this is, obviously it doesn't have eyes yet, but when he does, it'll be like this. So I'm going to put these 2 in my cube in the Isekai Gacha. So hopefully I can get these done before the weekend, which I'm planning to fill up my cube. I probably already should have had things in the cube, but I was away on the weekend out of Sydney, so I wasn't able to stock it. But these 2 little guys will be in there hopefully by the end of the week, and then I have a few more things I need to make for it. I'm thinking also of putting this little guy in as well, this little Cubone, because I think it'll be a good addition to the Isekai Gacha store, just because it's very like anime manga focused. And I'm thinking of doing some Junimos just so it can have like a very gamey kind of cube. So we've got like Pokemon, Pikmin, and then Stardew Valley stuff. So I'm gonna probably make around 5 of the Junimos in all different colors, put them in there and see what happens. Hopefully they will do okay, but yeah, I mean, Junimos usually do pretty well, but obviously this location is new to me, so we'll have to see what the demographic, I suppose, is like and what they relate to. Other than that, I'm going to maybe make some small keychains to put in there as well. Maybe like some Stardew Valley themed ones like blue chickens and the Miffy ones, because they generally do pretty well for me. So I think that's what I'll stock it up with first. I do only have a 30 by 30 space, so I don't have a lot of room. So I'm going to trial this stuff plus the Junimos and some keychains, and then that would probably fill it up, and then I can just restock as needed. So I'll probably start to make some, well, I need to make the eyes first, and then I'll make some Junimos. Okay, so looking at this again, I think I'm going to get rid of these little nostril things. I think I'm going to make them smaller. So I'm going to cut these off, and then I'm going to try again and see how we go. But it's just kind of throwing it off, I think. I don't know, I kind of want them to be smaller, so I'm going to cut these off and then make them smaller, and then attach the ice cream and add the blush, and then hopefully we'll be done with this little guy. Okay, this is much better. I like the smaller nose. So now that we have done this, now we're going to jump into putting the blush and then attaching the little ice cream. Okay, so that is done. So we have his little blush and ice cream done. I was thinking of putting some chalk chips on, which I might do with just some like brown yarn or black yarn or something. But for now, this is done. Okay, quick update for you guys. I've just been finishing off some pieces that I was working on earlier on in the week. Ignore my skin, I don't know what's going on with it, but we're just gonna push through. It is not a makeup day for me today because I don't have to go anywhere, but I really need to film this part to get this vlog out on time, otherwise I'm just going to be super behind on everything. So first up in the things that I've kind of gotten out of my to-do list is this little guy. So I did start working on this one when I was on holidays on a long weekend, or for the long weekend I should say. I didn't take the right colored yarns to do the ice cream and the blush, so I've now since done that. I've also updated his nose, so his nose, like nostrils, is smaller. Before it was like really huge and kind of like threw off his whole face, so I think I like it much better smaller. So I like him better now. So this is the completed hippo, very cute. I've also been working on the Pikmin. So this is the bulb Pikmin. It kind of looks like a cotton flower, but I think it's supposed to be a bulb. I mean, I've not played Pikmin, but looking it up on like the game Wikipedia, it's a bulb. So these are the two. Obviously I haven't done his face or his eyes. He also has a red mouth, this one, so I've got to like add a bit of extra felt for him, but I am probably going to just stop at 2 and just see how they go for my Isekai Gacha cube. I do want to make more, like I want to have the whole collection, but if I try to do that, I won't have enough stuff for the cube, so I'm probably going to stick with 2, see how they go, and then I'm also going to add some Junimos in with him, which I think I mentioned in another clip. But I really want to get these guys into the cube and all set up within the next couple of days, just because I've had the cube, I've been paying rent on the cube since the 4th. So, and that was obviously around when the long weekend was on, so I wasn't able to go and fill it up, etc. So this week I need to somehow get everything done so I can fill it up with stock, plus print out my signage, etc. I was thinking of just putting this in here. So this is a burnt in piece of wood. It's a spare piece from my checkout. So I have a couple of these my brother-in-law made for me with his burner. So I do have this as a spare. I just keep it on my desk. But it does have my QR code to the link tree, and all of my socials and my shop and everything is linked on here. But I'm just thinking this might be hard to stick to like the glass cube, plastic cube, whatever. So I might have to just print it out instead, which I can do. I've got it from when I've used it at markets and things like that, just a print out version. So I will have to do all of those, like print out my signage so I can stick inside the glass, and also figure out my stand. So I'm going to have to do a mock setup to see exactly what I can even fit in there, because I don't know exactly how big my stands are and how big these guys, like these guys are pushing 30 centimeters, so he might just have to lean a little bit. Also I just realized he doesn't have ears, but I don't know if this guy has ears, so I need to check that out too. So a little bit more work to be done on these before I can put them in the cube. I won't put him in the cube. This is going to be regular Christmas market stock, if I can talk properly today. Christmas market stock, so that's fine. I can use that as market prep, because I do have like 2 months left, unless I get into any other markets, in which case we need to panic, but if not, then I'm fine. And I've also finished off this is the Cubone, another Pokemon pattern, and this was a free pattern by Soshimoshi Crochet. Kind of unbelievable that this is a free pattern, because I have patterns that are just so not detailed and like kind of crap, to be honest, and this is a free pattern. It's super detailed. There's a lot of sewing involved because all of these pieces are individually sewn on. So if you don't like sewing, you should still try it, because it's honestly a great pattern. So, and especially because it's free. So definitely give this one a try if you also like Cubone. I was thinking of putting his little like crocheting just a random bone in as well, and I was thinking also of trialing just putting a sunflower in the cube as well, just like 1 sunflower or 2 sunflowers, because they can lay down. I just have no idea, like I just can't imagine the amount of room I have for all of this stuff. Like I think there's a lot more room than there is, but 30 by 30 is pretty small, so I'm just gonna make what I can and then just see how I can arrange it. And yeah, we'll go from there. So next up on the agenda is Junimos. Okay guys, so you know I like to force planty content onto you guys every so often, because obviously I love plants, hence I started crocheting flowers. But this is my huge anthurium leaf. Like it is literally massive. I went away on, for like 4 days. This was like the most recent leaf. Cute. And I came back to this monstrosity, which I'm like super proud of. Proud plant parent over here. It's kind of still hardening off a little bit. As you can see, as it unfurled, it kind of got stuck behind this one. But yeah, holy crap, like that's just huge. I'm kind of hoping my other anthuriums follow suit. I do have one here. This is obviously a different type of anthurium. Oh, I have some dead leaves I need to get rid of. But as you can see, like the new little ones coming up there and there. So we actually have 2 leaves at once. It's got 2 plants, which is kind of cool. Anthuriums are known to kind of pop out. So they just like have heaps of little pops. My crystallinum is doing pretty good. It keeps on sending up these, but because I don't have them outside because it's been winter, it's not really able to fertilize with anything. So it can pollinate itself, but it just hasn't. Which is a shame because I would really like some new seeds, but this leaf is so pretty. I love them. These are the heart leaf anthuriums. Super pretty. This guy is super long as well. I like my plants inside just because I like to keep an eye on them. But yeah, I've had instances where I've had like so many caterpillars just like come through and rip through like all of my plants. It's tough. Okay, so now I keep them inside, but because it's spring, I really should be responsible to put them outside. But look at this leaf, seriously, I cannot. And like this newest leaf, I can't. Seriously, so nice. Remember when these were literally like $2,500 just for a leaf? They're $50 now. So amazing. Anyway, that's enough. I'll stop subjecting you to forced plant content. Not gonna lie though, kind of low-key want to open up my own little like planter YouTube. Okay, I've just added the eyes, and I've also gone ahead and added little mouth. So this little guy has like a little mouth, so I thought I'll add it in, and I think it's turned out pretty cute. So comparable to this one, the eyes are a little bit different because I need some kind of template, but anyway, we're doing it free-handed, so I think they turned out pretty cute. So we're going to put these in the Isekai Gacha cube and then see how we go. Progress update. We have these 3 little guys. Okay, this one's missing an arm. But I started on the Junimos as promised, and we have 3. I don't have their tops done yet, but we've started, so at least we're making progress. I am hopefully going to be able to do another 5 or so, or 5 in total for my Isekai Gacha box, so that will be good. And then I'm pretty sure, depending on how much space I have, that could be pretty much it. So I don't know how much more I can fit in, but we're going to at least aim for this. And if I have more room, I can restock another day, but at least this covers my bases for the most part. Okay guys, that is it for another video. If you did like this video, don't forget to like, subscribe and hype, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.